Money is not hiding from you. It's right in front of you. It's always been there. You just haven't been looking at it the right way. Think about it. Every single day, money is moving. People are earning it, spending it, transferring it. But somehow, it feels like it keeps slipping through your fingers. You want it, you chase it, you stress over it. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, where is money actually hiding? Today, I want to open your eyes to something most people never realize. Something that once you understand it, will change the way you see everything around you. If you've ever wondered why some people attract money effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly, stay with me because this is going to change everything. And before we go further, tell me something. Do you believe money is hard to get? Or do you think it's just about knowing where to look? Comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. Everyone wants money. It's the one thing people are constantly chasing. But ask yourself, where exactly is money? Where does it hide? Before we even talk about that, let's focus on something even more important, the mind. A lot of people underestimate the power of their own thoughts, but the truth is, every battle you face in life starts in the mind. Your beliefs, your habits, the way you think, they shape everything around you. The mind is so powerful that it doesn't separate what's real from what's imagined. Whatever you focus on, your mind treats it as reality. That's why visualization is so powerful. That's why deep thinking can change your entire perspective. The moment you shift your mindset, you start seeing things differently. Let me ask you something. Have you ever learned a new word and suddenly you start hearing that word everywhere? It's like people just started using it overnight, but that's not true. That word was always being spoken around you. You just never noticed it before. The same thing happens in life. Opportunities, success, even money, they're all around you, but you don't see them until your mind is tuned in. Now, back to the real question. Where is money? The answer is simple. Money is with people. Look around you. Every single person you meet has money in some form. But why aren't they giving it to you? Because money moves where value is created. If you're not offering something valuable, people won't feel the need to part with their money. Think about it. How many times have you said, I don't have money? But then, when an emergency happens, like a family member getting sick, somehow you find the money. It was always there. You just weren't thinking of it as accessible. The lesson here is simple. Money isn't something you chase, it's something you attract. And the way to attract it is by creating value. If you can solve problems, if you can meet needs, people will willingly exchange their money for what you have to offer. So instead of focusing on, I need money, start focusing on, how can I create value? The moment you make that shift, you'll start seeing opportunities everywhere. Now here's something you need to understand. Money is everywhere. It's in the hands of people all around you. And guess what? Some people have figured out how to make sure that money flows toward them. They sit down, they think, they strategize. They ask themselves, how can I get money from this person? How can I make this person willingly hand over their cash? And they get creative. Some use manipulation, some use deception. Some go as far as fraud, scams, and all kinds of shady tactics just to pull money out of people. Now, if people can sit down and plot how to deceive others, if they can plan robberies, plan cyber fraud, plan scams, why can't you sit down and plan something good? Why can't you take a moment to think, there are millions of people around me, all carrying money. What can I offer that will make them want to give me some of it? Because whether you realize it or not, every day you're already giving money to someone. Think about it. When this year started, there were people you never planned to give a dime to. But along the way, you spent money on things you never even thought you needed. Why? Because someone created that need for you. They presented something in a way that made you want it, even though before then you had never thought about it. Let me show you what I mean. A few years ago, nobody was thinking about wireless earbuds. People were fine with wired earphones. Then companies came along and said, wires are inconvenient. You need wireless earbuds. And now you see people spending huge amounts on something they never cared about before. That's how money moves. It moves when people create value. or create the perception of value. In boardrooms across the world, companies are constantly researching, testing, and brainstorming. What's the next big thing? What can we introduce that people don't even realize they want yet? Because they know that money is already in your hands. They just have to figure out how to make you willing to let it go. Now, if money isn't coming to you, it's not because it doesn't exist. It's because you don't yet know where it is and how to pull it towards you. So let's break it down. Where does money hide? 1. Money hides in people. Every person around you has money, but they won't just hand it over. They need a reason. If someone has ever paid you for anything, whether it's a product, a service, or even advice, it's because they saw value in what you offered. Think of the last thing you spent money on that wasn't a necessity. Maybe it was a concert ticket. Maybe it was a new phone case. Maybe it was a streaming subscription. You didn't need it to survive, but someone convinced you that it was worth paying for. Now flip that around. What can you offer that others will see as valuable? Because money isn't about luck. It's about creating something that makes people want to exchange their money for it. And that brings me to the second point. Money hides in problems. Every problem you see is an opportunity in disguise, but most people don't realize that. Instead, they sit around and complain. They discuss problems. They analyze problems. They even argue about problems, but they don't solve them. And here's the truth. Nobody pays you for pointing out problems. They pay you for fixing them. Think about this. Every business you see exists because of a problem. Food delivery apps, they solve the problem of people not wanting to cook or go out. Streaming services, they solve the problem of people wanting entertainment on demand. Even something as simple as bottled water. There was a time when people never thought about buying water in a bottle. They drank from taps, wells, and rivers. But someone realized, what if we package clean water, make it convenient, and sell it? Now, bottled water is a billion-dollar industry because someone saw a problem, whether real or perceived, and turned it into an opportunity. So ask yourself, what problems do people around you face? What little inconveniences do they deal with every day? Because the moment you can solve a problem, you found a direct path to money. The bottom line is this: money isn't hiding, it's moving. It's flowing between people, between businesses, between industries. The only question is, are you positioning yourself to catch some of it? You know, it's crazy when you think about it. People sit around every single day discussing problems, analyzing them, breaking them down from every angle. They argue over politics, debate about the economy, complain about society, and yet they stay broke. But do you know what's wild? Those same problems they spend hours talking about could turn them into millionaires if only they knew how to package those ideas and sell solutions. Let that sink in. Meanwhile, there are others, smart ones, who go to where these conversations are happening. They listen, they take notes, they gather all the valuable insights from these discussions and turn them into strategies, business proposals, policies, and they cash out because money is always hiding in problems. Now, think back to the last year of your life. Every single dollar, every single cent that left your pocket, why did you spend it? It wasn't random. It was because someone, somewhere, was solving a problem for you. That restaurant you ordered food from, they made money off your hunger problem. That clothing store, they made money off your need to dress well. That landlord collecting rent, he's making money from your need for shelter. Even the guy at the gas station, he's profiting from your transportation problem. And the schools charging fees, they're cashing in on your desire for knowledge. So here's the real question. How many problems are you solving? Because whether you like it or not, money is always in motion. That's why it's called currency. It flows. And if it's not flowing towards you, it's flowing away from you. Now listen, one person's problem is another person's breakthrough. You know, people always say, God forbid, but life permits. Think about it. Every morning we wake up declaring, I shall not die but live. But someone must die. Now imagine this. If your father was a funeral director, if he ran a business selling caskets, are you saying he should never make a profit? Or what about doctors? Doctors spend years studying medicine, but let's be real, what's their job? They treat sickness. which means for them to stay in business, people must fall sick. And what about lawyers? They go through all that schooling. But for what? To solve legal problems, which means people must get into trouble. So whether we like it or not, problems exist. They always will. And those who understand how to turn those problems into opportunities are the ones who prosper. Now, let's make this real. Imagine you move to a new area. You need your clothes dry cleaned, but there's no dry cleaner nearby. You sigh, you complain, you tell your friends, "This is so inconvenient. I wish we had a dry cleaner around here." And guess what? Your friends agree. "Ah, yes, that's true. There's no dry cleaner here." You complain, they complain. Everyone keeps wishing, but nobody acts. Now imagine just one person out of that entire group decides, "Wait a minute, if everyone here needs a dry cleaner, why don't I just open one?" That one person sets up a small shop. And guess what? All the other people who were complaining, they become customers. Do you see how this works? It's the same with everything. Some people wish, others work. And it's the ones who work that end up getting paid. So let's be honest. You won't become wealthy by just hoping for money. You won't see change by fasting for 40 days and 40 nights and then going back to the same old life. It takes strategy. It takes action. Because money is never missing. It's just waiting for the person who knows how to find it.